there's one thing that I have learned to do lately is definitely bravery and how to become braver than ever before. I've had period of my life, long period in fact, where I wasn't brave at all. I was always scared of a lot of stuff, and most of them were psychological burdens, of which, being honest, most people are victims of these burdens. Most people are afraid of stuff that only exists in their mind. I would say after I had one day where I lost my progress in school because of it, because I was not brave enough to do what I had to do, and that cost me 1 year. I decided that I cannot afford to be not brave anymore. I have to be brave if I want to exist and maintain my existence in this world, because it's not a world of unbrave people. But it was a hard journey. I didn't find the right answers right away. I didn't find them right away. I thought I was brave. I always were saying that I'm a man and stuff like that, but I really didn't know what that meant for that point. But I would say that it was a good starting point. I think the turning point for me, it was knocking down my fears one by one, which I will list them for you right now. These are the most common 6 fears of human being. Number 1 is fear of poverty. Fear of poverty is something that drives everyone. It's the strongest fear for humankind. Don't take my words, because it's an information that I got from the book How to Think or Think and Grow Rich. The author Napoleon Hill, he listed the most dangerous fears for humankind, and he listed them the 6 that I'm gonna tell you right now. So the first one, he said, it's the fear of poverty. He said, if you are afraid of poverty, you are basically 100% paralyzed. You're so paralyzed, in fact, because it's the most common fear for humankind, of which that drives people crazy. The second fear is fear of people, or the fear of criticism. Probably you know that, and probably you have encountered it 1 or twice before, at least in the past few days, whether that being from you or to you, or by the people you know, by the people you love, by the people that are around you. The fear of criticism is a fear that is anti-winning and anti-succeeding. When Elon Musk was described, he was always described as the person who does not fear people. And even in his biography, the author says when he was young, he was always getting into fights because he didn't feel the criticism. He once got into a fist fight, where his face was not recognized after it, just because he said to someone stupid. So this is when we're talking about there is no fear of criticism. There is no fear of people. There is no fear of other human beings or their thoughts or what they think or how their view of you might change in the future. That's fear number 3. Fear number 4, that's fear number 2. Fear number 3 is the fear of losing a loved one. Fear of losing a loved one. So the meaning of this is, a lot of people are motivated by the fear of losing someone they love. They're afraid to say their opinions. They're afraid to say stuff just because they thought or they think that, well, if they do, probably they will lose them. So this is obviously a stupid, very stupid argument that you'll find always people say. Even in sales book, like with the $100 million leads, I remember, I recall, they say, well, a lot of people will tell you that, a lot of people will give you this fear as an excuse, and you always have to knock it down by saying, well, do you have the control over your life, or other people have the control over you? I will skip some fears in here just because I don't think they're very common, but I'm gonna go to the fear of death, which is also a common fear. A lot of people are always motivated by it. The author says, you shouldn't. This is Napoleon Hill's words. And I'm gonna even close by a quote. I'll not end it here. By quote of Alex Hormozy. When he's talking about the future, right? He says, I always think of myself when I am 89. I ask myself, when I am 89, what do I want to have? What do I want to be the person? What do I want to have? What life do I want to have lived? What are the experiences that I want to get? And that's the life or the decisions that I'm making right now.